And a warm welcome from Grossinger Motors Arena in Bloomington, Illinois, as we get ready for some ACHA hockey tonight. The Bradley Braves on the road to take on the Illinois State Redbirds as the war on I-74, as they call it, continues. Alongside Joey Wright, I'm Matt Harrington. Joey, these two teams have had a rivalry that's been going on for many years, and an opportunity to renew that here tonight. But recently, it's been a lot of Braves on the winning side of things. They've won 7 out of the last 9 contests against the Redbirds, and on the road in a tough environment here tonight, looking to do the same.
It is a beautiful arena the Illinois State Redbirds call home, and a little bit of history tonight, Matt. This is the first time these two teams have met since January 18th, 2020. As you and I well know, it was a very different world back then. So the Braves and Redbirds back at it, and so much we'll talk about regarding the game itself. But anytime Bradley and Illinois State get together, it doesn't matter the sport. Men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball, even at the club level, we look at this hockey game in front of us tonight. It's always intense. These are two teams and two schools that love to hate each other. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch it play out tonight.
Sure will be. Illinois State is 2-0 on the year. Bradley 0-2. The Redbirds were at home right here on this ice last weekend against the St. Louis University Billikens, where they won 4-3 on Friday night and then 5-3 on Saturday night. And then meanwhile for Bradley, a team that has had their number the past couple of seasons, the Iowa Hawkeyes, Braves losing 6-3 on Friday and 3-2 on Saturday. So 2-0 versus 0-2 here tonight as Bradley looks to pick up their first win of the year.
And it's going to be a tough one for Bradley, but Bradley has the pieces to get into the win column for the first time tonight. I'm keeping my eye on sophomore Tommy Davis, and I'm keeping my eye on Bradley's goalkeeper, Cole Walter. Walter spent the last 2 seasons with the Peoria Mustangs, 19-8-0 his last season with the Mustangs, 1.76 goals against average there. So Walter's going to be a guy in the net that's going to be, or in the goal I should say, is going to be key for the Braves.
Yeah, Walter is going to be fun to watch. Certainly, of course, you mentioned he was the goaltender for the Peoria Mustangs the last 2 seasons, and it will be exciting to see him here for the first time from a broadcaster standpoint. He did start in the 3-2 loss that Bradley had against Iowa last Saturday, but we are ready for puck drop as we are officially underway at Grossinger Motors Arena. Bradley on their road, in their road red jerseys, rather. Illinois State in the home white tonight as this puck hops into the bench, and we'll have a face-off here in the neutral zone.
Right after face-off number 1, we get going right again.
Starting goalie tonight for Illinois State will be the senior Jared Shadle, and head coach Michael Hernbrand had a lot of praise for him in the practice. Here's a move into the zone. Illinois State as they take it into the left corner. That's Nicholas Castino, one of the leading scorers from their team in 2019-20. Will Kelly now for the Redbirds trying to move into the zone, shut down by the Braves as it's swung across on the blue line. Fired in deep to the zone. Walter will ring it around the boards and play it up ahead. Good collision, frees up that puck for Bradley to move up the ice with speed as Lucas on the left wing side. Fired in deep, and Shadle will push it to the corner as Bradley gets some line changes. Jack Flood, the only one staying out there for the Braves. Big hit late in the corner by Nick Sorrentino as he is out there for Bradley. Collision now as Seth Bishop tries to play the puck below the goal line. Battle for possession back behind the Illinois State goal. We're about a minute in here, no score. Crandall plays catch with Bishop. Shot from the top of the circle is blocked, and Sorrentino trying to keep it in, can't do so. Good job by the Redbirds to get it out. That's Nate Radke. Up the right wing side now, Illinois State comes into the zone. Kelly gets hit as he sends it in deep. Crandall will cycle it up the right wing boards for Bradley. Nearly kept it at the line, but moved out quickly by Bradley as they transition through center ice. Quick shot sails off the glass, and Illinois State will take a hold of it here on the left wing. Down in the corner, Schmidt hustling after it, as well as Josh Gilbert, the big body defenseman for Illinois State. Pass to the point is kept in and just out of the reach of Gilbert again. Back below the Bradley goal line and up the boards. Etchison breaking it out, and good work by the Braves to transition through center ice. Down low it goes. Played in the corner now by Etchison, looking for Davis below the goal line. That hits the side of the cage and kept to the line but not out. Bryant with the keep. That's blocked by an Illinois stick as it will move up the wall. Good job by Tommy Davis to keep that. That's redirected it just wide by Cam Etchison for Bradley. Davis again trying to keep it, but Bradley will have to regroup through center. Quick line change here for the Redbirds as the tempo has certainly increased here over the last minute or so.
Certainly has. We've not had a stoppage in play since that first face-off a minute after the opening puck drop.
Straker fans on a big slap shot there as Illinois State forces it out of the zone. Lucchese looking for a pass up to Straker near the right wing side and broken up by Drew Shadle for Illinois State. Down low, Bradley in the defensive zone here trying to move this puck up the ice. 17:08 to go in period one as the war on I-74 continues between these two rivals. Up the wall it goes now for Illinois State in their own defensive end. Played up the wall, and a good job by Shack, rather, to keep it in there. Tommy Shack, a sophomore, making his, not his debut, but game number 3 for Tommy Shack. Our first time seeing him in action here as a member of the Bradley Braves. Big collision by Pierce in the offensive corner for Bradley. Another scramble along the walls. You can hear some of the ice mic picking up the sounds.
Those ice mics do a great job. It's a physical game. They're picking up a lot of good audio down there.
Here's Dylan Lowther into the corner now, serving as the 7th defenseman for Illinois State tonight. Trying to throw this puck in front of Walter as it's taken into the corner by the Redbirds. Down it goes and out through the neutral zone. This will be played in by Will Kelly. Comes across the line, drops it back. Low circle, a pass through the slot, looking to go back to Kelly, and it's cleared out by the Braves. Ryan Spence taking it with him. He's got a 2-on-1 if he hurries. Here's Spence over to Flood. Off the post, they score! On the rebound, Ryan Spence puts it home, and Bradley leads it 1-0.
Ryan Spence comes in and finishes the job, and Matt, you had a feeling that Bradley was going to get on the board before long. They have controlled the tempo in this one from the opening puck drop.
54 from 32.
As you hear the official call that out to the scorers there, but Bradley's controlled the offense. They have had it in Illinois State territory all throughout. Illinois State needs to slow it down here. They've just got to control the puck, slow it down, facilitate some opportunities.
So a big goal for Ryan Spence as the Bradley Braves strike first here and lead at 1-0. And the assist, only assist on that goal going to Jack Flood for the Bradley Braves. And for Ryan Spence, that is his first point of the season as well. He did not record a point in either of the games against Iowa. So Bradley up 1-0 here with 15:45 to go in the first period. Illinois State trying to strike back at the back door. Cole Walter making a save. Down into the corner now for the Redbirds. To the line in a battle for possession right at the top is filtered back down low for Michael McEllen. Top line back out there for Illinois State trying to get that goal back. Chopped out of the zone, or to the line rather, by the Bradley Braves, and that's kept in. Good job by Illinois State here keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Turnover here right at the top of the blue line. Braves trying to force it out, and they do, as a couple of bodies went down right in front of the Bradley bench. Redbirds breaking it out through center. McEllen takes a big collision from a Bradley player, and down low it goes for Anthony Carcerano. Again, this top unit for Illinois State getting a lot of ice time here in the first few minutes. Here's Davis now out through center for Bradley as they just stay on side. Tommy Davis into the zone in the right corner, takes a tumble and gives up that puck to Illinois State as they quickly reverse course the other way. Tape to tape it goes now. Here's David Flynn into the zone, and that one's going to deflect out of play. And we'll have a face-off here in the Bradley defensive end, or outside of the zone, it looks like. With 14:38 to go here in the first, Braves up 1-0 on the goal from Ryan Spence.
And Illinois State has got to do a better job of putting pressure on Bradley's goaltender. They've just got to keep that pressure up inside. They're doing a good job of getting it into Bradley territory. They didn't do that a lot before Bradley's first goal, but it's an offense that looks like it's settling in.
Braves win the draw in the defensive zone, forced out through center as Illinois State will have to regroup here. And now taken back below the goal line. Illinois State in the offensive zone here. Filtered back down below the goal line here for Nate Radke. He's pinned up along the wall. Sam Bryan applying the pressure. Corey Kohut in there as well to try and help out and get this puck loose here for the Braves. 14:08 to go in the first. 1-0 on the goal from Ryan Spence as Bradley leads it. Illinois State quick shot. Walter caught off guard maybe a little bit, but makes the save from the top of the circle, and that will be a whistle and a stoppage of play.
It's the first shot Walter has faced tonight. And we've talked about the Bradley offense, but the Bradley defense doing a good job of poking it out. Illinois State's had a couple of opportunities, but Bradley defense, good with that stick work.
They have been very good on those loose pucks tonight so far in the first few minutes. This one's blocked. A battle here as Andrew Spence tries to claw his way into the offensive zone, and now Illinois State goes back out the other way. Into the zone. This is Henry Walton wearing number 6. We had that wrong on our roster sheet, so Henry Walton out there on the 4th line at number 6 for Illinois State. And now the pass connects with Flood up the wall for Bradley as they break it out of their defensive zone. Long pass from Flood. That's fired in deep here. 13:28 to go in the first. Shack keeps it at the line. His shot's blocked by an Illinois State Redbird. Now played up the left wing side. Offensive zone time here for the Braves. Loose puck is gathered and moved out by Walton, but quickly fired back in by Flood, who will come off for a change. Shado will leave it back here as Illinois State looks to break out. Bad pass results in a turnover here. David Tuttle quickly jumping on that loose puck. Redbirds, though, look to break it out again. Long pass. Intended target was Michael Rabkin, but instead this is going to be an icing against the Redbirds.
And Illinois State has got to clean that up. They've got to crisp the passing up just a little bit. Bradley has played a very fundamentally sound game thus far, Matt. They're not making a lot of mistakes, and they're making Illinois State pay, really keeping the puck in that Redbirds side of the rink tonight.
Another offensive zone draw here for the Braves. Shots on goal are 3-2 in favor of Illinois State, but they trail 3-2. Here's some of the students getting into it here. Quick play there by Davis is fired wide of the cage. A hit back below the goal line. Looks like a couple of mini student sections. Looks like Bradley, though, Joey, brought more students than Illinois State did here tonight.
Bradley has traveled well, down 74. This game continues to be physical players all over the ice, and they're really going after Bradley's Tommy Davis right now. He lost a mid.
A lot of speed from Davis. Look out. Walter plays it to the corner as it hopped right in front of him. A play for Kelly to try and keep it in as the pressure ramps up. Billy Carroll laying the body for the Redbirds. Rabkin trying to throw it towards the net. Walter able to poke that away with the stick and now gathered in by the speedy Tommy Davis.
Walter did a good job of staying on that one. That was deflected, nearly caused him some trouble.
Redbirds back in their own end here as they look to move up the ice. Here's a chance for Bradley. Davis trying to move in, but that's broken up by Illinois State, and here they come the other way. Charging up ahead, here's Castino in on a breakaway, denied by Walter, but the official has his arm up, and we're going to have a delayed penalty here as soon as Bradley touches the puck. Goalie comes to the bench for the extra attacker for the Redbirds. Taken back down low here as it's a 6-on-5 until Bradley touches the puck, and finally will do so. And Bradley's going to go to the box here for a slash as Castino nearly tied this game at 1.
He did, and Walter did a phenomenal job of getting that pad down. Illinois State was looking for a little room between that pad and the ice, but Walter dropped the leg, sends it away. Bradley maintaining a 1-0 lead.
So with 11:29 here to go in the first, Bradley will go on the penalty kill here for the first time tonight. And Andrew Schmidt will sit for 2 on that slash on the Castino breakaway that keeps this game at 1-0. That's a good penalty to take in that situation, Joey.
It is. That penalty probably saved a goal. One thing I like about those ice mics is you can hear the door slam behind Schmidt as he awaits in the penalty box, but he did his team good there. Bradley's just going to have to be down a man for 2 minutes.
Up the wall it goes, kept in by the Redbirds, though, and swung over as it will be played out of the zone. Hunter Neiman wearing number 14, not 60 tonight for Illinois State. As Neiman will play it here and sends it in deep. Wrapped around to the other side. And here's McEllen, some of the top dogs on this Illinois State power play out there right now. Here's Carcerano holding onto it in the left corner. And Neiman playing catch with Carcerano. Nearly turned it over, but kept it in. Here's Neiman, the shot blocked by Ryan Spence. Good job by him stepping up in front of it. At the top of the point now, Illinois State will swing it over to the right wing hash. Drop back below the goal line now. Looking to go to the back door. Walter was ready in case it did, but fanned on the pass. Now Illinois State trying to go to the slot. Good job by the Braves to move it out to the line, but not out. Now finally it will go out to the neutral zone as it bounces off of Luke Case. Quickly back into the zone is Kelly. This is going to be a delayed offside, though, because he was a little bit too early on the entry.
Tell you what, Illinois State changed a couple of numbers on us. Now the question, can they change the script of this game? I think they can. I like what this Redbirds offense is doing. They're really working the point, working the slot, trying to center the puck up, work it out to the wings, trying to apply some pressure on Cole Walter. They're making him work the pads. They're making him move his body. Illinois State's offense really coming alive last couple of minutes.
A play right in front of the Bradley bench here as that one pops free, and great job by Crandall to send it deep on the clear. 10:18 to go in the first and 45 seconds to go on the Bradley penalty kill as they lead at 1-0 here over Illinois State.
Critical couple of seconds coming up for Bradley.
Bad pass here for Illinois State, and that breakout pass just didn't get out in time, and so it'll be an icing against the Redbirds on their own power play. Never want to have that happen.
No, you don't. That sets them back in their own end. They'll have a little work to do. If Bradley can win this faceoff, the Braves are in good shape. But Illinois State has cleaned this offense up last couple of minutes. Can't fall back into those old habits they started the game with.
Cooney won the draw for Bradley, but accidentally sent it all the way back into the Bradley zone, and so Crandall will go and chase after it here for the Braves. Oh, look out. Crandall he did fan on it, almost gave it away, but then rebounds to clear it down. 20 seconds to go on the power play for the Redbirds. So they'll have one last push, see what they can do with it. Here's Braun up the ice, going to the far side right near the Bradley bench and taking down low. Look out, play at the back door. Walter just got enough of it to make the save. It looked like that puck was nearly going to go in.
Just got it on the edge of the glove, the webbing. He was able to bring it back in towards them, haul it in, and he'll force a face-off. A good call to reset things. Walter has made a couple of nice saves the last couple of minutes.
He has certainly seen the bulk of the shots here. 7-2 Redbirds shot advantage, but they are trailing 1-0. Great save by Walter off the faceoff as that finds its way into the neutral zone, and now Bradley back at full strength as Schmidt goes racing into the Bradley bench. Now here's Shack in the defensive zone for Bradley as they move it up the ice. Good pass to Zach Pierce, another member of the former member of the Mustangs. Pierce had his pocket picked there as it's moved up the wall by the Redbirds. Now out of the zone, nice pass up ahead to Oliver Grigg. Grigg into the zone, his shot goes off the body of Shack and wallowing its way into the right corner. Now the Redbirds pick it up. Into the zone they come. Good speed on the entry and a big collision down below the Bradley goal line. Grigg trying to pick it up for Illinois State. Also there is Drew Shadle. Now Bradley quickly coming the other way. Here's Zach Pierce trying to get past Shadle. Draws a penalty, and Flood will take a hold of that puck before it's touched by Illinois State, and we're going to have a power play coming up here against the Braves.
The guy that set that up for Bradley was Tommy Shack. Tommy Shack got right in between a potential slapper and Cole Walter, wore that one off the leg, probably saved a goal. Tommy Shack with a nice defensive effort sets up a power play opportunity for the Braves.
First power play opportunity of the game for Bradley. They went 3 of 13 last weekend against Iowa, 23% mark. Pretty good numbers, even though it's a small sample size. But we'll see how Bradley can do on their first power play. Played up to the right point, moved out, now a 2-on-1, shorthanded the other way. Here's Rabkin, across, they score! Shorthanded goal for Illinois State. That's Billy Carroll on the pass from Rabkin. And just like that, the tide is turned. It's 1-1.
And Billy Carroll came flying into the goal. He collided with that crossbar. Almost had a little too much for his own good, but he was able to do a nice job of slowing it down, getting things back on track. And Carroll, on a beautiful assist, knocks one through. We're tied at 1. I was just getting ready to compliment again the efforts of Cole Walter. But how about that effort from Billy Carroll?
Incredible stuff from Carroll on the goal, and just a perfect play to get it over by Rabkin. And just a pretty stuff right there from Illinois State shorthanded. And just like that, this tide has completely turned. But Bradley, of course, still has the power play for another minute 45. And we'll see what they can do with it. Tie game, Ryan Spence trying to move it up ahead. Atchison plays it for Bradley. And now Kelly on the clear, bounced off a teammate and out to the neutral zone as it's corralled by Sam Bryant. Bryant and the Braves trying to get back on top here. Here's Bryant into the zone on the left wing side. Slams on the brakes, immediately met with pressure from the Illinois State Redbirds. John Panos wearing number 13 for Illinois State. 1:10 to go on the Bradley power play as it's forced out through center. Shack will collect it, and Bradley looks to come right back in. Here's Shack along the right side, trying to go through the legs of a defender and rung around the boards by the goal scorer, Billy Carroll. Good job by Davis to avoid the collision, but winds his way into the boards and now cleared down once again by the Redbirds on this penalty kill.
Tommy Davis attacked that puck, wound one back, looked like he was going to wind it up, had to lay off, and Illinois State pokes it back, doing a nice job on the penalty kill.
Off the skate of Straker as he hustles after it into the left corner offensive zone for the Braves. Nearly kept in for a moment, but cleared down by ISU once again. 25 to go on that Bradley power play as Tommy Davis will go and pick things up here for the Braves. Good speed out through center. Davis into the zone, slashing his way through the slot. Ran out of room just a little bit, but will play it back below the goal line. Kohut trying to pinch in and keep it, but cannot, and it's cleared once again down the ice by the Redbirds. So that will do it for the Bradley power play. That went about as poorly as they could imagine as they give up that shorthanded equalizer. And so it will be 1-1 here with 6:30 to go in period number 1. Up the ice, look out, nearly caught Bradley on a change. That was Grigg moving his way in quickly as he gets that puck in the left corner. Grigg will cycle it back down low for Flynn. Now to the point, that's cleared down by the Braves, or rather a bad pass for the Redbirds, and Pierce will chase it here for Bradley. Back and forth we go here at Grossinger Motors Arena. 1-1 your score. Offside as Illinois State goes into the zone, or maybe we have a penalty here. No, I think we just have an offside. We might have coincidental minors here. Let's see. Too many men, maybe? It looked like they were motioning towards the Bradley bench.
Bradley's got too many men on the ice.
And there you go.
It's like he can hear us.
Well, we can hear them. They can't hear us, but yes. So Bradley is going to sit for 2 here. Too many men on the ice. And Zach Pierce will be the one to serve the penalty here for the Braves.
Those line changes, they can be beautiful, but sometimes they can come back and get you. Bradley got caught there.
6:01 to go here in the first. 1-1 game and a big chance for the Redbirds on power play number 2. They win the offensive zone face-off as it's taken back at the point by Kelly and swung to the right side. Illinois State working at the top here. We'll see what they can do. Look out, that one trickles just wide of Walter in the crease. Bradley trying to take a hold of that loose puck right near the left face-off circle and chopped up out of there by Ryan Spence.
Good play by Spence, gives the Bradley defense a little time to reset.
ISU looking to move up. Great pass from Neiman as he finds McEllen on the right side. Here's McEllen into the zone. Nice move on the backhand. Scores! Oh my goodness. Michael McEllen with a beautiful backhand goal on the power play. And Illinois State makes it 2-1.
That Illinois State offense, Matt, has been better when they're working from the center of the ice, in the slot, in the point. And that time McEllen comes in and cleans it up. Took that one right past Cole Walter. That was one-on-one. Let me see who's better. McEllen wins that battle, 2-1 Redbirds.
A big goal, and so a shorthanded goal and a power play goal for Illinois State has them up for the first time in this game, 2-1 with 5:20 to go in the first period. Redbirds have turned it around significantly from the first 5 minutes of this game. This one will be played in the neutral zone here by Sam Lucchese as Bradley looks to try and get this game back in their favor. Sorrentino takes a hit along the wall and fires it deep in the process. Tuttle chasing for Bradley, but ISU has possession up the ice. Here's Shadle now, moving up through center. Illinois State into the zone. Good job by them to avoid the collisions. Pass up front, scores! Another goal for Illinois State. This time it's Sam Brawny was wide open in the slot. Bradley was caught sleeping, and it's 3-1 Illinois State.
That one looked a little bit like goal number 1. Illinois State worked that over to Braun, and Sam Braun's a guy that'll make you pay. The Downers Grove, Illinois native, 19 points in 21 games. Last season, that was 4th on the team. A goal against St. Louis the other day. Sam Braun got the opportunity, snuck it right through, and the Redbirds have flipped this game on its head.
Another goal as here's Tommy Davis quickly out of the faceoff circle. Shot there, and a nice stop by Shadle. That rebound was waiting there for him as well. Bradley quickly trying to get back on the score sheet here after giving up the last 3. Up the boards it goes. Big collision right in front of our ice microphone. Gathered in by Brian as he looks for Davis. Just out of his reach here. No icing though as it's played by the Redbirds. Bad pass in front. Nearly a chance for Bradley. Etchison couldn't haul it in though. Redbirds up the left wing side in their own zone trying to break out here, and they do. Here's David Flynn. Leaves it off at the line. Radke, and this one's going to go out of play here. So a stoppage with 4:09 to go in the first period. Illinois State, though, has scored the last 3 goals of this hockey game, and they lead it 3-1.
Well, and you get a sense of the speed of this game just by listening to it. The hits, the pace, this game's moving along. It's fast, it's furious down there. Bradley has got to get back to how they started this game in the first few minutes. That fast, furious style of play. They got to work the puck a little better offensively.
Bradley stuck in their own end here as it's played up the wall. Andrew Spence got a stick on it, but not out of the zone, as this will ring its way around to the other side of the boards. Crandall poking at it for Bradley. Chance in the slot for the Redbirds, rolling around in front of Walter, but now taken back behind the goal. Illinois State trying to strike again here. Down in the corner, Crandall able to get a stick on that and prevent it from going through to the slot. Spence up the wall, and now moved out by Bradley, at least for a moment, as Spence will push it in deep. Jack Flood now working in the offensive zone for Bradley. Quickly taken a hold of, though, by Will Kelly for Illinois State. Here's Kelly, forces it into the zone. Time ticking down here in the first, 3:22 to go.
It has been a very fast first period.
Shots on goal, 10-3 in favor of the Redbirds, who, of course, lead this game 3-1. Up ahead now into the zone, dropped off at the line. Carroll leaves it over for his Redbird teammate Michael Rapkin. Now Rapkin again looking for another chance. Walter standing tall, a lot of pressure right in front of the Bradley goalkeeper. Delayed offside as you hear the official yelling there. Illinois State tags up, but Straker plays it right in front of the ice microphone area. And now Zach Pierce hands it off at the line. Lucas, or Kohut rather, trying to claw his way into the Bradley zone. Dump back below the goal line now for Pierce. He'll take some contact as he fires it over to Straker now for Bradley. Thrown towards the front and now moved over by Pierce. Pierce and Straker, this line has been making some things happen here. In front, look out! Kohut scores! Corey Kohut, an unexpected chance in front for Shadle, couldn't grab it, and Bradley responds to make it 3-2.
Loose puck up front, and there are the Braves. That's exactly what they needed. Got out to that early lead, 1-0. Illinois State 3 unanswered until Corey Kohut knocks it in. Had a great year last season during his freshman season. He's going to be such a big part of the Braves this season. Got the loose puck right out in front of the net. Tacked it in past Shadle. And the Braves are back.
Well, a big goal. And Corey Kohut did a perfect job there, Joey, of just finding his way into the slot where nobody could find him. 2:18 to go in the first. Redbirds on top here, 3-2. Bradley trying to strike again here in the offensive zone. Moved out quickly by the Redbirds. Now here they come on to the offensive zone. Tully in front and nearly went in behind Walter. Look out, Illinois State again. It's loose. No. Illinois State started celebrating, but no word from the official, and we play on. Chaos in front of Cole Walter. Nearly twice that puck almost went in.
You can't drink the milk till you pour it in the glass, Matt. Illinois State just a little bit out in front of that one.
Redbirds right back on the attack, though, as Tully sends it across. Good job by the Braves to break it up in the slot. That's Spence as he will move it down. Banked up off the boards here behind the net. Glass will hold it for Illinois State. 1:35 to go in the first. Redbirds leading 3-2. It's been a wild first period here at Grossinger Motors Arena. Lucas trying to play it for Bradley. Fired up through the neutral zone. Great work, though, to get gloved down by Trevor Glass. Now Lucas holding it as he moves it for Etchison on the breakout pass and all the way across. Bradley trying to move into the zone. Davis the intended target. Flipped the other way by Illinois State. Here's a shot that trickles wide of Cole Walter on the wrist shot there by David Flynn. Bradley up to the wall but not out. Good keep by the Redbirds. That one hops over the helmet of goaltender Cole Walter and taken back behind the Illinois State goal. Flynn on the pressure, and Bradley able to force it out here as we're under a minute now in the first period, 48 seconds to go as the Zamboni gets ready to make its appearance here on the ice. Illinois State now, turnover at the line. Jack Flood trying to claw back in for Bradley. Spence reaching out the stick. Great job by Flood as he was pinned up along the wall to keep it in the zone. This is Kelly right in front of the ISU bench. Sticks everywhere going after that loose puck. Now Andrew Spence, fan on the attempt. And Illinois State still trying to have possession here at center as it's finally moved back into the zone by Flood. 15 seconds left to go in the first period. Giveaway here. Here's Andrew Spence out there with Ryan Spence. Bradley trying to get a hold of it here at center ice. Taken into the zone. Here's Castino trying to weave his way through the slot with 1 second to go. And that will do it for an exciting first period of play here at Grossinger Motors Arena as the home team, the Illinois State Redbirds, will head into the locker room with a 3-2 lead over the Bradley Braves. And my goodness, Joy, what a way to start things out here in that first period.
That's the kind of first period that'll make you take off the readers and put down the novel. They were going at it. Goals early, goals late, and goals all throughout. It's a physical game. That's what you're going to get when Bradley and Illinois State go at it. I know we saw 5 goals total in that first period of play, but I got to like what I see from the goaltenders, specifically Cole Walter, Jared Shadle. Both ran into some early adversity. Specifically, Shadle gave up that early goal, but he was pretty good thereafter, and you could see Cole Walter moving around the crease, staying active, staying in the game. It's going to be that kind of shootout. Don't be surprised to see this continue for period 3 and of course, period 2, which we'll play next. But it's a physical game. It's a fast game. I think it's going to be whatever defense can step up, force some loose pucks, force the offenses to rethink things. That's the team that's going to win this game. Might as well be tied, even though it's 3-2 Redbirds.
Very good first period indeed. And we will see what we get in the second. Bradley getting the first goal of the period in the last one, but they do trail here 3-2. We'll step aside and come back for the second period at Redbirds leading the Braves 3-2 alongside Joey Wright, Cameron Irwin, and Matt Harrington. Or I'm Matt Harrington alongside Cameron Irwin and Joey Wright. We'll be back for period number 2. Back here at Grossinger Motors Arena in Bloomington, Illinois, just about ready to go here at the start of the second period, about 5 minutes until we get ready for puck drop again for period 2. Bradley trailing 3-2 right now to Illinois State, and we will take this time to bring in the third member of our broadcast crew, Cameron Irwin, who has been producing with us tonight as well. And Cameron, really good period overall. I mean, we had a lot of goals, a lot of excitement. What were some of your biggest takeaways from that wild first period?
Well, quite honestly, it looked a lot to me like, especially the deciding factor of this game is going to be pucks in front of the goal, because that's on both sides, especially for Bradley. The 2 goals they scored was loose pucks in front of the net they were able to clean up. That's both from Kohut and Spence. On the Illinois State side, you see Cole Walter for Bradley has just left the net open a little bit on both sides, and as you see, loose pucks out in front of the net sort of result in him allowing a few goals, and that's going to be huge the rest of the game. If both defenses can clean up loose pucks, I mean, it's going to be a much cleaner game these next 2 periods.
And Joey, I know from your perspective, you talked a lot about what you saw. When you look at Bradley and the things that they've done right, what are maybe a few things that they did wrong that you'd like to see them clean up a little bit in the second period?
Well, Illinois State's offense has been better when they can get that puck right in front of the net. If they can get it to the point, get it into the slot, center it up, and kind of work towards the wings, I think that's where Illinois State has been best. And Illinois State has also taken advantage of 2 breakaway opportunities. That's how they scored their first goal. That's how they scored their third. So Bradley's got to clean some things up on the defensive end. Or on the offensive end, I should say. They can't turn the puck over. They can't let Illinois State get out in transition because that's burned them twice. But they've really got to, I think, kind of collapse in and really play the center of the ice. And if they can take away those opportunities from the Redbirds, I think they'll be in good shape. But, man, if you love physical hockey, get down to Grossinger Motors Arena and check this one out. I mean, if you don't think they don't whatever I'm trying to get at, if you think they don't hit at the club level, you're wrong. Because, I mean, this is physical. They're going at it. They were laying the bodies early, gloves flying everywhere. It's been that fast, physical game, and whatever we see on the ice schematically, I think pales in comparison to just the physicality and just the emotion you see down there, because it has been tremendous fun to watch.
Well, this will be the first of 3 games this weekend for Bradley. This is one of those rare weekends where they play 3 games, and they'll actually be doing that next weekend as well, but they've got a couple of games at home against the Indiana University Hoosiers this upcoming weekend. That'll be on Friday, tomorrow night. It'll be a late start for that one, about 9:30, 9:45, or whenever the Peoria Mustangs wrap up. They also have their home opener at the Owens Center tomorrow night, and then they'll play at 2:45 again on Saturday. And we'll bring Cameron in here again for a minute. And Cameron, I know you're going to be on the call with me tomorrow for Indiana, but anytime you have the D2 home opener, now I know it's a little bit different this year with it being later than normal and COVID and everything, but the D2 home opener from a fan's perspective is one of the best games to be at, and I'm excited to see that good Owens Center crowd again.
And you know that I've already been talking to some of the fans who are going to be there, and I've heard that they are ready to show up. They've got plenty of people coming. I've even heard rumors that security will be there because of how rowdy it's going to be. But, I mean, that's, especially from a player perspective, this Bradley team, that's what they want. And especially this D2 team, it's what they need. They need that student body backing them, and especially when you got friends and family in the stands. For as how loud as the fans are there up against the boards, I mean, there is really no containing them. They sit on that far left side of the stands, and there's no containing them. So it's a definite home ice advantage. Bradley's going to need that tomorrow against IU, and I think they're really going to get it. Look for a huge crowd that game.
Well, it's going to be a fun one indeed, and we'll bring Cameron back on at the end of the second period, so I appreciate him helping produce our broadcast here this evening. And, again, Cameron will be on the call tomorrow night with me for Bradley's D2 home opener, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I know, Joey, you'll be doing some high school football stuff, so you won't be able to watch, but a lot of good sporting events in the area this time of year.
Washington Morton tomorrow night on ClutchSportsIL.com. That's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. That's a good Morton Potters team and a good Washington Panthers team looking to bounce back after a tough loss to Dunlap. But for Bradley hockey, Matt, to borrow every cliche in the book, it's weekends like this where you find out what you're made of. They lost last season to COVID. Excited to get back on the ice. They started the season with 2 losses. We'll see how this one pans out. But you'll have the home crowd there. It's going to be a raucous atmosphere at the Owens Center. And it's 3 games in a row against 3 pretty good teams. You get an idea what your team's about, and it could really, I don't want to say make or break their season because that's an overstatement, but it could really get their season going on a positive note, just 5 games into it when it's all said and done. So a big weekend. Bradley needs each of these 3 games, and man, we're going to get back to it. A fast and furious second period is what I would expect here in Bloomington.
Should be a fun one. A couple of big points up for grabs tonight in the Maca Gold division, and I was talking with head coach of the Illinois State Redbirds, Michael Hernbrot, and one of the things he told me was, even though it's an early season game, it's these points that matter when it comes down to the end of the year, in Maca play and Maca Gold. Bradley's unfortunately kind of been on the wrong side of seeding the last couple of years. They could pick up a big road when it could go a long way later in the season.
It could. As soon as that first puck of the season drops, it's on. No looking back. You got to give it all.
So here we go, underway for period number 2. Bradley trailing ISU 3-2 as Bradley will now move on the left side of the ice. And Illinois State quickly taking possession as they move into the zone. Here's Carcerano flying down the left wing side, broken up by Shack. Defensively for Bradley as he flips it out through center and chopped at by Illinois State. Sounds of our ice mic as you can hear it very audibly as Shack will pick it up now and move it for the Braves. Quickly thrown in on the goaltender Shadle, who steers it to the corner with the goal stick. Long pass up ice is taken a hold of. Here's Castino slamming on the brakes. Takes a hit right in front of the hash marks on the right side. Now Carcerano trying to wrap it in front. Captain at the line by the Redbirds. Flip down low into the corner. A couple Braves after McEllen as you see that glass collide there. And now right out in front, Walter will put the glove on it, make the save as we're exactly 1 minute into period 2.
Tell you what, even if you don't do much with ice, I think everyone should own an ice mic. Listen to that thing. You can hear the hits against the glass. You can hear them going at it. That physical style of hockey. We're exactly back to what we saw in the first period.
This one rung around the boards. Now Illinois State will take a hold of it. Crandall working there for the Braves to try and move it out. Davis up there as well on the left side. And now Davis will have to go back behind the Bradley goals. He plays it up the left wing side. Battle for possession. Now move down low as it's swung all the way around by Zach Melbon for Bradley. Gave it away in the slot as Illinois State tries to attack again. Pass intercepted in the neutral zone, and here they come back in. Radke with it, leaving it back for Grigg. And a long shot there by Gilbert is handled by Walter. Look out, nearly went behind Walter into the back of the cage, but good job by him to keep it out.
Walter moved his body right in front of the puck, put himself exactly where he needed to, and turned that one aside off his chest.
Crandall out through the neutral zone, has to scramble back defensively. Illinois State into the zone, steered to the corner by Bryant. Crandall playing it up the wall, and Cooney able to send it up in the air and down the ice as it was played with a high stick here, and so we're going to get a whistle and a face-off in the Illinois State zone.
Radke tried to bring that one back down to the ice. Despite his outstretched stick, it stayed above him. Good chance for Bradley here with a face-off in the offensive zone.
17:50 to go here in the second period. Face-off won by the Redbirds in their own end. Now charging up to the line was Illinois State, but Bryant able to keep it. Puck up for grabs. Tuttle pinned along the wall. Bishop in there as well for the Bradley Braves. And penalty coming up here. I think this is going to be against Bishop or maybe Illinois State. Let's see. The goaltender for Illinois State, Jared Shadle, went right to the bench, but I don't know if this is going to be against Illinois State or against Bradley. I think it is going to be against Seth Bishop. Going to be a hold on Seth Bishop. A little weird situation there. That whistle should not have blown because Illinois State still had possession of the puck. Not sure why the whistle was blown.
You can hear some Illinois State fans chanting MVP.
Another power play for Illinois State. They do have a power play goal so far tonight. Here's a shot from the point. That's blocked by Andrew Spence. Now held on to at the point by Trevor Glass for the Redbirds. And Glass will fumble it at the blue line and have to go up to center and regroup here for Illinois State.
Tell you what, not only does Illinois State have a power play goal tonight, they've also got a shorthanded goal. When things get weird, that's when the Redbirds have really shined tonight.
Braun hands it up ahead as Illinois State moves back into the zone. Henry Walton firing it back into the corner. And now taking a hold of it is Connor Tully, leading the team in points entering tonight with 3 that he collected against St. Louis last weekend right here at Grossinger Motors Arena. And that's cleared down the ice once again by the Braves about halfway through their penalty kill. Shots on goal 16-6 right now in favor of Illinois State. Breakout pass for the Redbirds out of their own end and out through that Redbird logo at center. Here's McEllen holding onto it at the right hash, deflects just wide of Cole Walter. And waiting at the back door was Castino. Now here's McEllen with it again in the left corner. Sent back to the point, long shot, glove save Walter, big rebound in front. Where is it? A scramble for it in front is finally gathered by Cooney and cleared down the ice.
Walter did a good job there as that puck deflected off Zach Malbon. Malbon actually turned it away from Walter, I believe, but still those redirects can be tricky.
Good job by Bradley killing some time here as Sorrentino applies the pressure with 15 seconds to go on the penalty kill for the Braves. Trying not to give up another power play goal here. Spence sent down the ice there as it's cleared by Melbon. He is wearing the jersey, by the way, of Ethan Baker on the D3 team. Of course, Bradley and Illinois State, a lot of other teams have had some issues with jerseys this year because of COVID-19 and supply chain issues. So some of the Bradley players not wearing the correct number that they normally would. Spence getting it in on goal here for Bradley. Good save by Shadle. He was down for a minute, but the Redbirds clear. Bradley back at full strength now, 15:08 to go in the second. We remain a 3-2 game as Bradley looks to try and even this thing up again. Long shot from Spence. Think that one might have caught a piece of the post there for Bradley. Tough luck for them as they hit the post, and now Illinois State moving it out through the neutral zone. Good speed on the right side. The stick comes flying out of the hands there of an Illinois State player, Michael Rabkin that was. Cleared down the ice by Bryant, and this is going to be an icing against Bradley with 14:38 to go in the second.
Redbirds out shooting the Braves right now, 17 shots on goal to the Braves 7, but the Braves penalty kill did a nice job. Not a bad icing to take there. Obviously, they'll have to deal with a face-off right in front of Cole Walter, but gives the Braves a chance to reset 5-on-5 again and see if they can force a loose puck, trickle one into the offensive zone.
You can hear the official telling them to back up a little bit on the face-off. Won by the Braves, and Tommy Shack with a perfect clear. That is how you do it right there, to avoid the icing just enough on it to keep that from becoming an icing.
That puck was rolling to the boards. It was on its edge. Flipped in nicely. Well done.
Shack on the outlet pass to Corey Cohet as he sends it out through center. Tape to tape it goes, and once again onto the hands of Shack as he sends it deep, absorbing a collision in the process.
Clock operator getting a great view of that one at mid-ice.
Look out, here's a chance for Bradley to the point. Shack fans on it, and now to the corner. Cohet sending it over to Zach Pierce on the left wing wall. Pierce had it stripped away, and Lucchese keeps it in at the point. Pierce unable to hold it this time, and now Illinois State will charge forward. On to the zone. Look out, Lucchese laying the hip check there. Don't see that one all too often. Great body work by him. Now Lucchese, right after laying the hit, will take it out through center. Here's Sam Lucchese into the zone. Loads up the wrister, and that one will deflect wide into the left corner. 13:30 to go. Turnover at the line. Bradley keeps possession. Here's Tommy Davis. Shoots, trickles wide of the goaltender. Davis going back to the point, but Bradley was in the process of a change, and so a regroup. Sam Bryant will send it deep here. Bradley getting another change, delayed offside. They'll have to tag up here as they finally complete that line change. Now Illinois State has possession. Rolling their way into the offensive zone. Grigg back behind the goal. That's dropped there by David Flynn. Up to the line, Etchison trying to play it off the official and right into the hands of Cooney, but then was stripped of the puck. Bradley with possession. Bryant trying to move it up the left wing wall right in front of the scorer's table. Cooney reaching out the stick as well, but it will roll back to Andrew Schmidt. Schmidt up the wall. Etchison has it hop off his stick, and now here's Cooney into the right corner. Cooney trying to drop it back in the slot for a player. Now Etchison, all sorts of Redbirds in the slot. Cooney right back in there as well. Now back to the point. Long shot there from Melbourne is broken up, and now a chance the other way for Illinois State. Here they come into the offensive zone. Good shutdown defensive work that time from the Braves. Penalty coming up here, and this is going to be against the Braves. A trip right in front of the referee. That was an easy call for him, or it looks like maybe a boarding call perhaps. Yes, it is going to be a boarding call against Trevor Cooney.
Well, and I think they could have gotten either infraction. Looked like a trip. To me, looked as clear as the sunlight over the Illinois prairie. Got physical there, and glad everyone's okay for Illinois State. You had players flying all over the place, crashing into the boards every which way. It's been a physical game, as we talked about. And now Illinois State, they've got the man advantage, power play opportunity. As you said, they have one of those already, but Bradley did a great job killing one here early in the second period.
Another chance right off the faceoff. McEllen using the stick to reach in and bump back to the point. Long shot through traffic. Walter able to get a piece of it, even off the deflection. Looked like it hit McEllen in front of the goal, but Cole Walter able to make the stop for Bradley 7 seconds into their penalty kill.
See if the Braves can get a quick faceoff win and shovel this one down the ice.
Off the draw, tie up. Bishop wins it, and it goes flying out into the Illinois State bench. Look out, Joey Natali down there taking photos for Illinois State. Got to be careful. Keep your head on a swivel.
That ball cap's not going to do much when you got a puck flying at you.
Just 12 seconds, though, into this Illinois State power play. Another face-off in the offensive zone for him. And this time, Bishop wins it and clears it down the ice, putting on the Jets here to get to that loose puck. A tie-up. Bishop unable to win the race, though, as it's filtered back behind the ISU net. 1:33 to go on the Redbird power play with 11:45 left in the second period. McEllen into the zone now for Illinois State. Drops it back to the point. Now McEllen, top of the right circle, lost the handle on it as quickly a bunch of Braves jump in to try and help him out. And I was going to say it looked like a hook there for Illinois State. Sorrentino just could not find the stick as he was hooked on the play, and we'll go to 4-on-4.
Nick Sorrentino, an important depth piece for the Braves, scored 8 points in 24 games last season. And that's big for Bradley, because Bradley's going to have a little bit of power play time after this 4-on-4 clears. So the Braves go from down a man to equal here, and they could potentially swing it. They'll have about 45 seconds of power play if they can handle this 4-on-4 opportunity.
McEllen to the box for hooking for Illinois State. That's a big penalty killer that is not out there right now, or I guess even strength right now. Here's Illinois State. Look out! Off the crossbar. Referee denies it. Illinois State nearly making it 4-2. My goodness, that is the second time this game that it looks like they've scored. And instead it goes off the crossbar and we remain 3-2.
That'll wake Cole Walter up in the net there. Saw his life flash before his eyes.
Shack will send it across here for Straker. Illinois State has been really good in this open ice 4-on-4. And we are going to have an icing against Bradley. And my goodness, things almost went from bad to worse there for Bradley.
Cole Walter and that crossbar, both clad in red, and they both did the same job. Turn that puck away.
Boy, I'm loving this commentary from you tonight, Joe. You're on your A game.
Thank you.
Face-off one by Illinois State. Grigg will send it down into the corner. And still trying to grab a hold of that loose puck up along the left side wall. Kohut able to send it back here for Tommy Shack. Shack banked off the glass. That one took a funny bounce right into the hands of the Redbirds. Nice moves in the slot by Carroll, but it's cleared out by Bradley. Carroll, one of the goal scorers for Illinois State. Here he comes right back into the zone, or Grigg rather, and sent off the glass and out through the neutral zone as it's corralled in by the Redbirds. This one will roll down to Cole Walter. 43 seconds. We're now at a Bradley power play as the Braves are at full strength. Great passing out through the neutral zone. Here's Trevor Cooney into the zone. Cooney works around the outside and sends it high off the glass all the way back to the point. Bryant sending it back down low for Spence. Ryan Spence trying to go for Sam Bryant, 54-24 there, but intercepted by the Redbirds. Rabkin trying to get it up the ice, and it's cleared out through center, where Josh Crandall has it for Bradley. Now Cooney into the zone, holding this one and dropping it back below the goal line, and fired up the ice, or around to the other side rather, for Illinois State. That's Dylan Lowther trying to force it up. Quickly fired back down. McEllen flying out of the box. And this will be an icing, it looks like. McEllen came out right as that puck was being sent down the ice, and I think Illinois State wants this faceoff maybe to be at center, but instead it will be in their own end here with 9:25 to go in period 2. Illinois State leading Bradley 3-2.
That one as close can be as that penalty expired and the puck sailed towards the other side of the ice. Illinois State probably had a valid point that this should be at center ice, but in any case, gives them a chance to reset after killing off a power play, and Bradley with a great chance in the offensive end.
Off the draw, Illinois State wins it here. McEllen back out there after serving some time in the penalty box. Tuttle swinging at that loose puck in the slot. Can't corral it, though. Bishop working for the loose puck with Sorrentino. Sticks flying everywhere. A yard sale out there on the ice. Pinned up along the wall is Sorrentino. Lots of players in there for Bradley. Bryant's hacking his way in there. My goodness. Finally gathered in by Tuttle as they'll roll it in on the goaltender Shadle. Into the corner. Bradley still trying to get possession here. Bishop in the slot. Now taken back behind the goal by the Redbirds as they cycle it back here for Hunter Neiman. Neiman, long pass up out through center. And Bryant had that one roll off his stick. Cole Walter going to come all the way out to the right corner for the Braves. Fired up the ice. Tape to tape it goes. Here's Zach Pierce. Got a man on the other side. Pierce loads it up. Stick save by Shadle. Great positioning there to make the stop. And now out through center. Bradley still trying to maintain possession. Straker in a battle for that loose puck as it's forced in deep by the Redbirds. Henry Walton right at the goal line as he banks it up to the right point. Gilbert reaching out the stick goes right into the hands of Zach Pierce. And now here's Pierce out through center. Nice move to get around the defender. Pierce in! Scores! Zach Pierce with an incredible goal. And Bradley has tied this game at 3.
That is how you do it, Zach Pierce. That was incredible, Matt. And I was just getting ready to say how nice his prior shot was. The first one looked like a basketball player pulling up from the three-point line, the way he stopped his body and got that wrister in, but that time slices through the defense, dangles it through, and there just was not a lot Jared Shadle could do as Pierce came in front of him, shifted his body weight, got the stick in, flipped the puck into the back of the net. That was incredible from Zach Pierce. Have a game, and that's a big goal.
My goodness, that was one of those goals you just wish you had the video footage for right there. So Bradley ties things up at 3 here in the second period. Just under 8 to play. Illinois State right back, though, the other way as it's fired wide by Cole Walter. 3-3 here at Grossinger Motors Arena. Battle for possession now. Ryan Spence up along the wall for Bradley and fired in deep. And Cole Walter leaves it here for Josh Crandall. Bradley has managed to tie this game up after trailing 3-1. A goal near the end of the first period and a goal here late or somewhat late here in the second period. 7:25 to go in it. And now quickly the other way. Here's Anthony Carcerano for Illinois State. Taking it back below the goal line. Carcerano back to the line. Shot from the point. Deflects wide of Cole Walter. And he'll quickly get back in position to try and make a play. Down it goes to the corner. McEllen battling for possession there with a Bradley player. That was Melbon. Look out in front. Great job by the Braves in front of the net to help out Cole Walter. Now McEllen. Pass to Carcerano. Blocker save by Walter as it bounces all the way back to the point. Here's Drew Shadle. Fires that one wide. And Ryan Spence finally is able to clear that one out. That was the best pressure chance of the game right there for Illinois State.
Cole Walter did a great job of turning it aside.
Off the boards, that one going for Flood. And now right up in front of the scorers table area, flip back into the Bradley zone. Crandall jumps on the loose puck. Sent up the boards now. And a great pass out through center. Here's Tommy Davis into the zone. Davis leaves it in the slot. Flood trying to pull the trigger but couldn't as it's quickly sent around by Sam Lucchese. Now Davis to the slot. Broken up by the Redbirds. Pushed out across center ice as they come into the zone. Here's Grigg trying to drop it back right into the hands of Tommy Davis, and he's got an edge. Here's Tommy Davis in for Bradley. Davis on the backhand and fired just wide of Shadle. Just ran out of room there at the end for Tommy Davis, but still has it. Drop back for Etchison. High slot save by Shadle, and rebound into the corner once again for Davis. Bradley trying to push here and get the lead back with 5:48 in period 2. Battle for possession, won by the Redbirds as it's sent out through center. Errant pass, though, is collected by Lucchese.
It's a battle for the will of this game, Matt. The next goal is going to be huge. It's going to go a long way to deciding our winner.
Lucchese connects with Bishop on the right side as he comes into the zone. Bishop trying to win that puck battle as he works his way into the corner. Etchison on the left side gets tangled up. Bishop right there to help him out as they wait in the corner. In there for Illinois State is Nate Radke as he's pinned up by Etchison along the wall. And finally, Will Kelly able to get it free here for Illinois State. 5:05 to go in the period. Illinois State now into the offensive zone. Shack laying the body. Big hit by Tommy Shack. And that will ramp up the physicality even more.
Tommy Shack putting the dump truck into the down position.
Lucchese avoiding a big hit there in the corner. Sorrentino goes down for Bradley off a hit as well. Now Kelly out through the neutral zone trying to connect there. Good job by the Braves defensively to prevent that attack. It seems like Illinois State needs a line change here. A couple of these players look out of gas.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now Illinois State in the zone. Nice move there. Here's a chance. Walter standing tall. Good looking maneuver there from Illinois State. That looked like it was Josh Gilbert on the move there.
Illinois State in the last couple of minutes, they've gotten back to what they were doing midway through the first period, and that's applying pressure. Bradley opened this game up with a 1-0 lead, and then Illinois State responded with 3 unanswered, and that's what they did so well. They made Cole Walter work. They put a little pressure on that Bradley defense as we'll redo the puck drop here, but Illinois State's offense looks like they did earlier, and that's a good sign for the Redbirds.
Face-off won by the Braves in their own defensive zone. A big play at center as Straker avoided a collision. This will not be an icing as it was deflected off an Illinois State stick. Now down in the corner, Pierce trying to send it up to the line for Bradley and now into the offensive zone. Here's Henry Walton. Walton in front. Walter had the stick down right away. Schmidt there to help him out as well. Walton avoiding the pin up along the walls. It's played back to the point. Here's Connor Tully for Illinois State, native of West Chicago, Illinois. And now moved out, 2-on-0 for Bradley. Here's Wes Straker charging ahead, he shoots, and no! Loose puck in front, Straker still has it, scores! Wes Straker, and Bradley is back on top. It is 4-3.
Wes Straker, that is proof if at first you don't succeed, try again. The former Peoria Mustang mounts his steed, doesn't give up, gallops away with a goal. How about that? Wes Straker. Incredible.
Wes Straker with an unassisted goal for Bradley, and just chaos in front of the net there. It looked like that initial attempt went in, and then it didn't. The referee was right there, and now all of a sudden Bradley has the lead back here, Joey, 4-3. So what a sequence of events here as Illinois State goes right back on the attack. That goal coming with 3:33 to go in period number 2 as Bradley has their first lead since this game was 1-0. And an icing here against Bradley as it'll go back into their end here. 3:21 to go in period 2.
And back to that Straker, a goal that deflected off of Shadle such that Straker was able to come around the net and get back towards it. And when he got back to it, Shadle still had his back turned.
Off the draw, look out. Walter down in front. A player went down for Illinois State as well. McEllen trying to force it to the net off the draw. And luckily for Bradley, they'll move it out. Spence will send this one deep. That's played up the wall by Drew Shadle and force out of the zone. McEllen fires it back in behind Cole Walters. He will come out and ring it all the way around the boards. Up the ice it goes. Lowther trying to keep it in here for Illinois State. He'll swing it around in the neutral zone as it's banked off the boards. Josh Crandall now. Long pass up ahead for Andrew Spence. And laying the body there. Good play by him.
That hit sent them both going back the other way.
Crandall back behind the goal line now. 2:34 to go in period 2 here for the Braves. They are back on top 4-3. They've got 3 unanswered after trailing 3-1. Back behind Walter. Josh Crandall absorbing the hit there. Flood up through center. And now Spence goes right up ahead. Here's Jack Flood going through the legs and just can't quite get around the defender, Drew Shadle. But Flood able to keep it in the zone as he comes off for a line change.
Shadle looked like a basketball player there, boxing out.
Cooney in the corner now working with Tommy Davis. This is that fourth line for Bradley. Davis in the slot, Etchison scores! Cam Etchison in the high slot buries it, and Bradley continues their run. It's 5-3.
And this is as much momentum as the Braves have had tonight. That Bradley offense firing on all cylinders. They've got that momentum back. They're clicking. Everyone's finding everyone.
27.
You hear the assist there. That one coming from Tommy Davis. Bradley offense looking good, clicking, firing on all cylinders.
Well, my goodness, what a run it's been for these Braves. And it looks like we're going to have a goaltending change here, Joey. So Shadle will come out, and it will be Andrew Meyer into the game now for Illinois State. Do you like this decision down by 2 late in the second?
I think I do. Illinois State needs a spark, especially with how rowdy that Bradley crowd is. You hear a couple of them chanting the na-na-na-na, hey, goodbye to Shadle. So I like this move to bring Meyer in. He's a junior, played against St. Louis, and he played well, only allowed 3 goals on 28 shots. I think Meyer's going to give him a little something. He's a hometown hero from Bloomington.
We'll see if that goaltending changes the spark that the Redbirds need. And by the way, 5 goals on just 13 shots for Bradley, so that I'm sure has certainly something to do with the goaltending changes. It's fired wide of Walter off the draw and right into the hands of Davis. We've seen the speed from Davis all night. We're seeing it again here. Dropping it back in the slot for Etchison. Cooney scores! Oh my goodness, Trevor Cooney pouncing on the loose puck. And the backhand goes in. It's 6-3 Bradley.
Matt, you can put anyone in the crease, but it's not really going to make a difference if you can't keep the offense away from the net. And Illinois State's defense very porous there. Bradley got it right off the face-off.
82, 27, 24.
The second consecutive goal that Tommy Davis has assisted on, as well as Sam Bryant there, but that Illinois State defense needs to step up, and Bradley got that, as I said, right off the face-off, and it was like sand through the sieve, no resistance. And that's to some extent on Andrew Meyer. Yes, he let the goal in, but that defense has to be a little better in front of him.
My goodness, this game has just been flipped upside down, it feels like, over and over again throughout this night. Now we have a timeout for Illinois State here. With 1:33 to go in the second, Bradley on top 6-3 over Illinois State. And this game, by the way, Joey, was 3-1 Redbirds late in the first period. And now, almost a full period later, Bradley's on top by 3 instead of being down by 2.
5 unanswered, and that's just persistence. This Bradley team, they are well coached. Brian Hamilton, the head honcho. Stay persistent, stay the course. This game proof that you can flip a game on a dime. You've just got to keep the pressure up, and Illinois State has not been able to match that energy.
So we'll see if the Redbirds can maybe respond here before going into the intermission. This is going to be an icing call. No, waved off on the attempt as Tuttle takes the collision back behind the Illinois State goal. We'll see how the Redbirds respond in period 3, but still have 1:10 left to go in the second. Outlet pass for the Redbirds comes across the line. Drop pass, top of the circle shot, deflects wide of Cole Walter. Now battle for possession right up along the wall. Bishop able to force it out with the stick as it's collected by Trevor Glass. Now Glass to Gilbert. Gilbert's pass bouncing off some skates. And chopped into the zone as it will go back here for Melbon, taking a big hit behind the net. Illinois State throwing it towards Walter, who turns it aside with the pillow. Now up to the line. Deflects there, and Bradley quickly coming the other way. Here's Corey Coat charging ahead on a breakaway. Coat scores! It trickles through the goaltender, Andrew Meyer, and it is 7-3 Braves with 24.2 seconds to go. In period number 2, Corey Coat, what speed through the neutral zone.
Corey Coat said, "Here I am, Andrew Meyer, I'm coming at you." Meyer had himself in a perfect position to play it, but Coat fired that right at the pad, right through the 5-hole, just slipped by. Meyer had a chance to get back and make a great play, just couldn't do it. That was all willpower from Corey Kohut.
Incredible speed from Kohut. And in his freshman year in 2019-20, he was one of those players that stood out to a lot of us broadcast members as somebody who's going to be a fundamental part of this Bradley team for years to come. And he gets a huge goal right there to make this lead 7-3 now for Bradley. 8 seconds left in the period. Illinois State trying to get one more here before the break. And Zach Pierce will just hold on to it, throw it up through center, and it will trickle down just in time for an icing, and there's no time left on the clock. And so that will do it for the second period of play. My goodness, Bradley with 6 goals, or 5 rather, in the second period, but 6 unanswered goals here to take a 4-goal lead into the third period. And my goodness, Joy, I don't know if anybody expected that in the second period.
I can say that I certainly didn't. 6 unanswered, and when Illinois State gets home to check the answering machine, they're going to have a couple of those calls from Corey Kohut. He stepped in and did exactly what he had to do there, especially late in that period. That slapper late went right through the 5-hole of Meyer, and that 4th goal was going to be big because if Illinois State could have gotten one back in that last minute, I think it would have set them up. And it kind of goes without saying, I suppose, but that would have set them up a little better for that third period. It's such a momentum game when we talk about hockey. Trailing by 2, it would have been 6-4. You know, it's a 2-goal swing. Now you look at 7-3. I don't know if Illinois State can get 4 back the way Bradley's playing. You know, both teams will make adjustments in the locker room as the Zamboni comes out to resurface the ice. But I just don't know the way Bradley played in that second half if Illinois State has a 4-goal adjustment that they can deploy. But I've been wrong before. It's a physical game. Both teams still hitting hard, and Illinois State's going to come out angry. Bradley fans have stormed the Grossinger Motors Arena, and you know, I think they're going to be motivated to take back home ice. But you can't say enough about how Bradley played. That offense was facilitating, assists coming left and right. When we talk about this game, it's got to be Tommy Davis that gets a lot of the credit because he had 2 consecutive assists there in that second period. As they, look at that, they turn the net back right in front of our ice, Mike. That's kind of neat, I suppose. Maybe it's not, I don't know. But Tommy Davis stepped up, and the sophomore, legit player. I mean, 3 points in his collegiate debut Friday. He's picked up a couple more. Not getting all the goals, but really stepping up and having a nice performance.
Well, an incredible period for the Bradley Braves as they score 5 goals to take a 7-3 lead here at Grossinger Motors Arena. We're going to have the third period coming up in about 10 minutes or so. We'll come back and give a little scoring summary perhaps. We'll bring Cameron Irwin back into the fold to get his thoughts on that wild second period. And, of course, we'll have the third period of action for you. So thank you for listening. Again, Bradley on top of Illinois State 7-3 after period number 2. Alongside Joey Wright and Cameron Irwin, I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for period 3. Back here at Grossinger Motors Arena in Bloomington, Illinois. We're about 3.5 minutes away from the start of period 3 between Bradley and Illinois State. And what a period. I'm alongside Cameron Irwin and Joey Wright. I'm Matt Harrington. What a period, fellas. I mean, both teams had a lot of speed that period, but my goodness, Bradley scores all 5 goals in that period. That's 6 unanswered. I'm going to bring in Cameron Irwin here as well, who's been our producer and has been watching this game with us. And Cameron, what a wild sequence of events in that second period. To me, and I'm not sure if you would agree with me on this, but it seems like the speed from line 1 to line 4 has just been on it all night long for Bradley.
And not only has the speed really been on, but it has just been a very clean line changes from both sides. There's been very little mistakes. I mean, we saw 1 or 2 penalties total from that Bradley side, and I think it's really been the fact that the offense or the defense has converted to the offense. It has been not a one line that has really been outstanding out of all 4. All 4 of them have just been competing together. Really, it's one. That's a stupid thing to say, but they've been really working like a team. You know, from one line to the other, there really seems like there is no top line. And I think it starts when the defense can convert to offense and really get out on runs. We saw that a couple times already. A couple breakaway goals for the Bradley Braves. It's just been really strong line play, as you said, from top to bottom.
Well, the scoring in that period for Bradley, we'll walk you through it. Kohut with the first goal, or excuse me, that was at the end of the first period, but the start of the 6 unanswered for Bradley, assisted by Zach Pierce and Wes Straker. And then a couple of unassisted goals to start the period, 1 from Zach Pierce and 1 from Wes Straker. A couple of former Peoria Mustangs right there. And then Cam Etchison with a goal, Trevor Cooney with a goal, and Corey Kohut getting a goal as well. So a lot of diversity, Joey, in the scoring lineup. They're getting production all over the place.
Well, first of all, everything Cameron just said, I've got to disagree with a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Those line changes have been beautiful all night long, and a lot of diversity in the scoring column. You're right, and it goes off a point Cameron made. It's guys stepping up from deep on the roster. The first goal Bradley scored in this game came from Ryan Spence. Spence on the second line tonight, trying to earn his way into the starting rotation. Came out, got things started with a bang for Bradley. Ryan Spence, 9 points last season. A guy that a lot of people believe can play on that top line, and he's just one example. Bradley's offense has really facilitated nicely. You look at guys like Tommy Davis really doing a good job of distributing the puck. I think the key for Bradley in period number 2 was passing. The Braves were crisp. They didn't turn the puck over. Everyone got on and off the ice smoothly, efficiently, really keyed a lot of offense. So Cameron Irwin, I agree with you. You made a great point, and that's really what kicked things off for the Braves.
Well, it is going to be a fun third period. Again, Bradley with 6 unanswered goals, 5 of them in that second period, and that resulted in Illinois State pulling their goaltender, Jared Shadle, and replacing him with Andrew Meyer. And you mentioned Meyer played in the win on Friday for Illinois State against St. Louis. That was last Friday, and has already given up a couple here. It was 5-3 when he made his entrance into the hockey game, and now it's 7-3 here. So he's already let in a couple goals, and Bradley has just been pouncing on those loose pucks all night long.
Well, you can buy a barnyard, but it doesn't do a whole lot of good if you can't fill it with animals. And Andrew Meyer has let in 2 goals, but Illinois State's defense has simply not done a lot in front of him. As soon as he came in, Bradley's offense was rushing towards him, getting the puck up and down the ice. So, yes, Meyer's let in 2, but I think he can bounce back and get him going in the third period.
So here we go, underway in the third, as Bradley once again will be moving on the right side here in their road Reds. Kohut throwing it towards the slot. Pierce out there as well. Pierce trying to slide it through the defense, still has it on the stick as it's taken down below the goal line, and now Illinois State to the line. Crandall with the keep for a moment. That squirts past him and out through center as Kohut will regroup here for Bradley. Kohut now taken a hold of by Wes Straker, who's been really good tonight as well. You can say that about a lot of these Bradley players here at Grossinger Motors Arena. Now some pressure down below the goal line. Melbon out there for Bradley. Melbon, one of the only true freshmen that is on this D2 roster. A lot of experience coming back from the 2019-20 squad that lost to Iowa State in the MACA quarterfinals, but Melbon obviously making an impact here to impress the coaches. There's a shot that's swallowed up from the point by Cole Walter. Had to come out a little bit to make that stop, but good awareness through traffic.
And talking about Cole Walter, he let in those 3 goals in the first period, but really stepped up, did what he had to do in the second period, hasn't allowed a goal in probably a period and a half now. I'm not sure when that last one trickled in P1, but Cole Walter, that's what you expect. The guy played for the Peoria Mustangs. He's played at a high level. When your goaltender can step up and make the plays down the stretch, that'll let the offense get going. And I just talked through some action on the ice.
A penalty coming up here. It's going to be a tripping call, and I believe this is going to be against Tommy Shack of the Bradley Braves. And I don't know about you, Joey. I didn't see much on the faceoff, but that back referee was right there, had a perfect angle of it, and so Bradley's going to go on the PK.
Yeah, the referees have a little bit of a better angle than we do, but we have a beautiful look at the ice. Our perch at Grossinger Motors Arena, I mean, we can see it all. It's a beautiful press box. Really a wonderful arena.
Just a little bit nicer than the Owen Center press box that we have. Of course, we love our Owen Center press box, but when you come into a multi-million-dollar 8,000-seat arena, it's just beautiful to be here in Bloomington.
It really is. We'll take you inside the arena here next dead puck.
Illinois State now with it on the power play. Here's Kelly at the right point, or left point rather. McEllen will cycle it down low. Held on to and back up top here for Will Kelly. 12 points in 25 games for him last year. Now Carcerano, shot is directed through the slot and back up to the point now by Kelly. Walter able to stand tall and recognize that one. Carcerano down in the corner. Right at the goal line, Illinois State pressing here. And this pass is going to go errant and down to the Illinois State end with 1:05 to go on their power play. 23-15, the shots on goal here. Just a couple minutes into this third period, and look out, nearly a turnover for Illinois State. Bishop and Sorrentino were right there. Now they'll have to hustle back on defense. Here's Tully leaving it in the slot for the Redbirds. Big drive from the point, and Walter able to make the save off the big B on his chest.
It's an appealing target, but that time Walter wins the battle.
Hustling down in the corner is Sam Braun for Illinois State. That one flutters its way around for Connor Tully. Up to the line. Redbirds corral it. Here's a long shot. Walter had the glove down to make the save on the shot from Trevor Glass.
One more quick point on this arena. It is a beautiful facility, about 15 years old, a sea of blue seats in a bowl formation, about 20 luxury suites, advertisements on the walls, State Farm and Brandt Agriculture. Brandt, a local company, big agriculture firm.
Illinois State still with 15 seconds left on the power play here. Up to the line now. Here's Glass. Playing catch along the right wing. Look out, this one bouncing in front of Walter. He'll let it trickle wide. Now back to the top of the point. Kept in by Gilbert. Sent up top again. Long wrister deflects just wide of Walter, who had to keep his head on a swivel there. Illinois State holding it right behind. Look out, we're going to get a lacrosse-style attempt here from Illinois State. We saw last year Kyle Tintero pull that off for Bradley, and my goodness, nearly happened for Illinois State there.
I believe that play you're referring to from Tintera made some waves, didn't it?
It
Got
did.
Up there. And
yes, it was featured on the NHL social media channel, so some pretty cool airtime for a Bradley hockey alum, Kyle Tintera. Faceoff will be to the right here of Cole Walter, and it will be David Flynn on the faceoff for Illinois State. Wins the draw, shoving it to the net, but Crandall winds it up the boards, but not out. Melbon behind the net now for Bradley. Giveaway in the slot. Backhander flutters in on goal, and Cole Walter reading it perfectly. Tell you what, Joey, Cole Walter has really settled in here. He has not allowed a goal for Bradley since 4:50 left in period number 1.
And Illinois State has kept the pressure up. They've shoved a lot in his face, but he's put his body where he's had to. He's moved the pads well, moved the glove well, and that's a big reason why Bradley has scored 6 unanswered.
Here's Zach Pierce. Quick chance for Bradley the other way, and tangled up is, oh, look out. Wes Straker went hard into the boards. Penalty coming up against ISU, but Wes Straker really slow to get up here. Looks like he's going to be able to get off the ice, but he took a hard collision into the wall there, Joey.
Yeah, and that was, he had hit the ice. He was kind of sliding in, and that's a situation where there's just not a lot you can do to prepare yourself for that big hit. teammates come over to him. He's skating off under his own power, a good sign. But he will get some much-needed rest on the bench. He just went down in kind of a vulnerable position, and you can kind of see that wall coming at you when you're in that spot. You can try to brace, but there's just not a whole lot you can do. So Hope Straker's okay. He skated off under his own power. He's talking to his teammates on the bench. I think he's okay, but tough hit.
Penalty is a slash on Dylan Lowther for Illinois State, and so that will result in the Bradley power play here as they have it in the offensive zone. Shot from Shack, right on to Cooney, and he just fanned on it. Still has possession, thrown out front. Etchison, save, and the net's off its moorings. So that is going to blow this puck dead here with 1:44 to go on the Bradley power play.
And if Bradley can find the net here on this power play, that would give them a 5-goal lead. As you see top left of your screen, it would be really hard for Illinois State to overcome that. I mean, we've seen big swings in this game. Bradley was down at 1.31, but I just don't know if the Redbirds would have enough to come back from down that much.
Spence shot on goal and steered to the corner by the goaltender Andrew Meyer. Now Spence working it now for Bradley in the corner, able to pick up that puck from the jam and send it to the point. Shack holds on to it here, walking the line, surveying his options. Shack shot deflects in the slot and charged up out of the ice quickly by Illinois State. Here comes Michael Rabkin running into a sea of red, though, and so he'll have to halt on the brakes here. 1:05 to go on the power play for Bradley, but Illinois State is the one holding on to possession here as it's sent down the ice. Tommy Davis, the one to start the charge. A turnover, though, and right into the hands of Kohut. His pass couldn't find a teammate, and now Crandall will take a hold of it here for Bradley. 45 to go on the power play. 14:52 to go in the third. Bradley leading at 7-3. 6 unanswered for the Braves. Whistle here to stop play.
And Bradley's 7 goals coming on 17 shots on goal. The Redbirds have 25. If that tells you anything about how Cole Walter has fared, especially through the second and third periods. Illinois State has had their chances, but Bradley has been so efficient tonight. Seems like every shot they take has a shot to go in.
6 different goal scorers for Bradley. The only multi-goal scorer in this game is Corey Kohut with 2 goals. Now with it is Davis below the goal line for Bradley in the offensive zone. Worked back to the point. Swung over for Kohut. Top of the circle. Bounces its way, sounding like a drum off the wall. And down low for Tommy Davis. Back below the cage. Davis working it back up to the top of the circle for Kohut. Launches this one and trickles wide. And taken a hold of by Pierce. Back to Davis. 97-27. Now Kohut looking for a backdoor redirect as it will bounce off the boards. Crandall finding Davis again. Redbirds at full strength as they kill it off. Kohut shoots off the crossbar. Corey Kohut nearly making it 8 goals, and that would have been the hat trick for him as well.
He was the player of the second period for the Braves, and if he can tack on one more, he's got to be our player of the game if he's not already.
Davis shot in the slot and deflects wide and back up for Kohut as Bradley still maintains possession here despite it being even strength, and now finally out of the zone by the Redbirds. Here's Oliver Grigg working on Josh Crandall. That's a great stand-up play by Josh Crandall. Now back to the line. This one will flutter in on Walter, and luckily his defense able to bail him out there. And I think we're going to have a penalty coming up here, Joey, against Illinois State. And the referee had his arm up. Looks like it'll be a rough. And Bradley's going to go right back onto the power play after just a few seconds of even strength there.
Well, and Illinois State has done a good job on the penalty kill tonight, but you got to figure Bradley will break through and get the job done at some point or another. And Illinois State's got to get going. They can't afford to be playing down a man, down 4 with just a tick under 13.5 minutes to play. If they want to mount a comeback, I don't think it's impossible, but they've got to go sooner rather than later. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Drew Shadle off for a rough. Quick shot on goal is denied by Meyer. And Bradley still having it here at the left point. Walking the line, sent down low for Cooney. This is the power play unit that was out there to start, or at least some of it, on the last time. Here's Cooney, and they score! Trevor Cooney buries it on the one-timer. That's his second goal of the night, a power play goal for the Braves, and it's 8-3.
Trevor Cooney, the junior, had a great season a year ago, comes in and dished that one in right past Meyer. Beautiful shot.
82-5, 54.
You hear 2 assists there, Tommy Shack and Ryan Spence, and it's what we talked about in the second period. Good job by the Braves of facilitating, finding the open man. Cooney had a little bit of space, kind of that upper 90 right side area of the net, punched it in. Braves looking good now, under 13 to play and up 5.
Illinois State has possession here out through center as they will play it into the offensive zone here. 8-3 in favor of the Bradley Braves now as they have a 5-goal lead. They trailed by as much as 2. Illinois State trying to get one back as it's bumped around to the corner. Now to the other side here for Illinois State, back up to the point. This one thrown towards the goal, good block. Stepping up that time was Bradley's number 36, Nick Sorrentino. Illinois State still with possession. Kelly winding it up, and that's high, echoing off the glass as it's taken a hold of along the wall. Hunter Neiman can't hold it there, and it will trickle its way out through the neutral zone as we hit 12:03 to go on the period timer. Bradley with 7 unanswered goals here in this hockey game. 6 of them coming, or 5 rather, in the second period. Another penalty going to come here. This one, though, will go against the Braves. Another roughing call. Things got a little bit physical in that defensive corner there, Joey, for Bradley, and as a result, some emotions boiling over and a penalty for the Braves.
Yeah, you look over there, far side corner, right across from Cole Walter. A couple players burrowed down in there like a worm to the center of a rotten apple, and when that happens, you're going to see some elbows, you're going to see some physical play, sticks flying, guys getting angry. When this rivalry game happens, when these two teams meet up, you're going to see that, and Illinois State obviously not happy to be down 5. So it's going to be a testy into this game here. 11:47 left, P3.
Andrew Schmidt, the one that will sit for 2 on the roughing call. I'll tell you what, Joe, your analogies have been on point all night long.
I appreciate that.
This one batted down at the line. Good keep for a moment by Illinois State's Gilbert, but he'll have to go into his own zone to regroup here. So Illinois State with a power play. 11:28 to go. They trail, though, by 5 here on their home ice. Gilbert weaving his way through center, and a good job by Bryant to make the play. Andrew Spence chopping it out of the zone. And Ryan Spence rather this time, will have to go back and leave it here for Melbon. Fired into the corner. Bradley maintaining possession before it was fired deep. Doing a good job of killing some of that time off on the penalty. Good pass for Illinois State on the breakout. Here's Braun into the zone with some speed here on the left side. Braun dropping it back for Josh Gilbert. Now Braun and Gilbert playing catch on the left side. Braun, top of the circle, sends it across to the right point and back for Gilbert. Loads it up. Walter through the legs. It's behind him, and a Bradley defenseman swarming in there to help him out. My goodness, some chaos in front. And it looked like, again, from our vantage point, Joey, that Cole Walter had that puck loose behind him in the blue paint.
It was sneaking behind him in the crease. 2 Braves got in there on the defensive end. One of them I know for sure was Zach Malbon, but I think the player that made the main play on that was Tommy Shack. Came in, got behind Walter, and dug it out.
Looked like Lucchese actually on the play. Look out! Pad save by Walter, denying Anthony Carcerano point blank. 40 seconds to go on the Illinois State power play here. And with speed, Crandall able to flick this one down the ice and kill off some more time. Cole Walter, though, making some tremendous saves. Ooh, look out.
Big hit down in the corner.
Bishop goes down in the offensive corner for Bradley as he's applying the forecheck, but instead he goes flying into the boards. Halfway mark of the third period, 8-3 Bradley on top of Illinois State here as the war on I-74 rivalry continues at Grossinger Motors Arena. This one will ride the boards and come up to the line. Will Kelly dashing to keep it in at the right point. Swung around the other side by Neiman. Dumped down low, Illinois State with possession. Banked to the line. Neiman with a drive, that one over the top of Walter's head. And Davis chopping it out of the zone, but not for long as Kelly takes a hold of it once again. Here's Carcerano. Got hooked on the play. No call, though, as we'll play on. Bradley trying to maintain possession as it's sent up off the boards and just missing the intended stick of Nicholas Castino. It will be an icing call against the Braves with 9:17 to go in the third and a 5-goal lead for Bradley.
Gives Illinois State a chance in the offensive end here. Could be a big face-off, but Matt, you got to figure that big B on the Bradley logo stands for we might fall behind 3-1 early, but we can step up late, score some goals when we have to, and take a big lead. The Braves have been on it since the start of the second period.
Flung up the boards. Bradley will take possession here in their defensive end. Sam Lucchese, backhand shovel up ahead, and gathered in by Drew Shadle. His brother Jared Shadle was the starting goaltender for this game, but was pulled when it was 5-3 Bradley. Since then, it's also been 4 goals let up for the goaltender Meyer. Look out, this one nearly coming towards Cole Walter. Lucchese, though, able to bail him out. Penalty again on the Braves here. A collision along the wall, and it's going to be a boarding minor against Bradley, and some more penalty kill time here for the Braves. Actually, this might be against Illinois State, it looks like. It will.
I do want to point out, Matt, we've seen a couple of odd bounces off the glass tonight. Those stanchions, that separate each board stick out a little bit on the playing end, and that's caused multiple pucks to, maybe they would, other surfaces continue to slide along the glass, but here they kind of bounce out and take some weird hops back down to the playing surface.
Power play for Bradley. A boarding minor was called against the forward Nate Radke, and so as a result, Bradley gets a 2-minute power play as they wait to just get it on the clock here. Again, 8:44 in period 3. Shots on goal 28-18 in favor of the Redbirds, and you would think normally when you have a 10-shot advantage, you'd be winning. Instead, you're down by 5 in this case.
It's been an odd game for the Redbirds, and as we said, some of it's been goaltending. Jared Shadle departed early. Andrew Meyer has let 2 or 3 in at this point, but I think it's defense. Illinois State's got to be better defensively.
Off the glass, Bradley with some power play time. Davis now in the right corner. Davis back to the line. This is right in front of our ice mic as you hear those sounds. Kohut swinging around to the left corner. Pass in the slot for Pierce. Gathered in by Davis at the high circle. Davis to the left point. Lucchese fires a shot that goes trickling off an Illinois stick and back up to the line where it's corralled by Kohut. Kohut now to Davis. Davis back to Kohut. Top of the point. Great puck movement here by the Braves now on the left side. Holding on to it along the wall. That's Straker out there, it looks like. Now Kohut sends it over. Straker shoots. Save there by the goaltender Meyer. And taken a hold of again by Straker, who absorbs contact down low. Wanted a penalty. Instead, Illinois State clears it down. 1 minute to go on the power play for Bradley. No ice here as Pierce will play it in the right corner. Swung around the boards for Bradley. This is Davis in the left corner now for Bradley. At the hashes will play it low. Pierce back up to the right point and just missed the pass to Sam Lucchese, so that will kill some more time for the Redbirds.
Penalty kill for Illinois State, still looking strong.
Pass connects with Ryan Spence out through center now for Bradley. This will play it right in front of the ISU bench. Here's Spence, left hash. His shot goes trickling into the corner as it was taken for a moment by a Redbird. Now Sam Bryan with it along the wall for Cooney, and Spence in there as well. In the slot, here's Etchison. Great block in front there by Illinois State's Hunter Neiman, going down for the body and helping his goaltender Andrew Meyer out there.
And Meyer was able to get the glove down, smother it in the crease, and a face-off coming up here. 12 seconds left in the Bradley power play, so they're going to be looking for a quick win off the face-off, see if they can work it to the slot to the point and do something. They cannot. As it's shoveled up, and that'll be played along in the net by Cole Walter as Illinois State ices it and ends the power play.
Ends the power play indeed. Illinois State at full strength, or yes, Illinois State at full strength as they kill off a penalty. 28-21. The shots on goal in favor of the Redbirds, who trail by 5 here. Fired in deep to late off sides for Bradley. They'll tag up Sam Bryant. 6:22 to go in the third. Out through center now for Illinois State, big collision laid there by Zach Melbon, the freshman, making his presence known. Into the corner now, Illinois State in the offensive zone. Played up to the line, and Davis will fire it deep. Or rather, Crandall to get a hold of it now for the Braves as they break out of the defensive zone. 5:55 to go in the third. Bradley well on their way to a win, barring a collapse. Bishop with the shot. That's turned aside. And Tuttle now. That one floated in on goal, and a good save by Andrew Meyer, standing tall there to make the stop. Out of the zone it comes. ISU out through the neutral zone. And a bank play off the wall is picked up in front of the ISU net. Here's Henry Walton into the zone. Finds Tully. Nice move in front. Walter the save. Tully, the follow-up try denied as well. Tully's pass deflects off the stick of Melbon, who gets the body pinned up there. And taken a hold of now once again by Ryan Spence. Spence hounded by a sea of white. As he'll come up out through center. And held on to here by the goaltender Meyer, as that will stop play with 5:05 to go in the third. And an 8-3 lead for Bradley.
And if Bradley can hold on for 5 more minutes, this is the kind of win they needed. Not only a win, but if this holds, it'll be a decisive win. And going into 2 tough ones against the Indiana Hoosiers this week at home, it's going to be a tough weekend. This is exactly what Bradley needed to get some momentum and hopefully, for their sake, get the first win of the year.
Illinois State into the zone quickly. Walter able to make the save. That puck's loose up in the air and scrambled to hold up. And now out through center, here's Flood trying to get it ahead for the Braves. Sam Bryant in there as well, as he's tied up in the corner, taking a beating as he gets a couple of extra shoves there from the Illinois State Redbirds. Look out, a chance in front, and it's denied by the goaltender Meyer, making a big save there, Joey, with 4:34 to go in the third. Illinois State still trailing by 5, though, 8-3.
Meyer has stepped up and made a couple of nice plays here in the third period. It's not been the game he's wanted, but it's been the game that, you know, you can learn from and you can take some things from.
Right off the face-off, Illinois State will take it the other way. Here they come with speed. John Panos. Shot there is denied by Walter. Redbirds have it in front of the net. Look out. Billy Carroll shoved in front of the goal. Walter makes the safe. Penalty coming up. Back official had his arm up right away. And we're going to have a penalty coming up here. And we'll see what's against an interference is the call. I think this is going to go against the Braves. We'll see what we get here. It will be against the Bradley Braves. Interference the call. And just like that, Corey Coat's going to go to the box. And so Bradley will have a penalty kill to deal with here, Joey, as time remains in the third. And chance for them to maybe work on the penalty kill skills before the upcoming series against Indiana.
Yeah, that's going to be such a big series. You got to get the fundamentals down tonight. And this game's not over. You can't stall in hockey. Bradley's got to play this one through to the final whistle. But this is a great opportunity. Up comfortably. You know, you missed last season. You've practiced against yourself and your team. You've done those scrimmages all throughout, you know, the pandemic and everything that entails. But this is a good chance to get some things in against some good live competition.
This shot echoes off the glass by Tully, kept in by Gilbert at the point, and he'll play it down low into the corner. Tully right there as well. Gilbert, top of the left point, deflects, they score! It's a power play goal from the Redbirds. Gilbert right there, not sure if it got redirected at all, but nonetheless, Illinois State finally gets a goal, and it's 8-4.
And that's what Illinois State needed, getting late into this game. See if they can keep it going and maybe mount a late charge. Boy, this would be a big early season win for Illinois State, 2-0 on the season. We'll see how it plays out. Bradley's got to play through this final whistle. As we play on, face-off won by the Braves. Bradley trying to get this into the Illinois State zone. They do. They shovel it in. It rolls alongside the boards.
3:30 to go here, Joey, and a big goal for Illinois State, like you said, to get them within 4, but really not much you can do here with this time winding down on them. Moved up out of the zone here by the Redbirds, and Dumped into the zone by Michael McAllen. Look out, he takes a big hit in the corner for Illinois State. Pinned up along the wall and finally forced free in a big collision. My goodness, David Tuttle going down for the Bradley Braves. You don't see the big-bodied David Tuttle go down that often, standing at 6'4", 210 for Bradley. Here's a chance for the Redbirds now, weaving their way in with 2:52 to go in the third. Look out, another chance out in front of Walter, and it's played down low. Back to the top of the circle for Illinois State. Loose puck in the slot is moved out, and a chance for Bradley the other way. Here they come. Here's Etchison with an odd man rush into the zone. Penalty coming up against ISU, it looks like. Bradley will get the extra attacker. Here's a chance, diving effort from Schmidt. And he'll fall to the ice. Illinois State touches the puck. Cross-check penalty with 2:29 to go here in the third. And a power play for Bradley here in garbage time, as they would call it, Joey.
Well, you don't want to jinx them now, but yes, Bradley looking strong, up 8-4. You've got to figure the Braves had this one wrapped up. 2:29 to play. And what a complete game for the Braves. Braves started with the first lead of the game, ran into a little adversity, found themselves trailing by 2, but came out of the gates at an electric clip in the second period. Struck for 6 unanswered.
Kohut now. Look out at the back door. Davis was looking for the redirect for Bradley. And now he'll take a collision along the wall. Down it goes into the corner. Davis looking for that loose puck as he'll gather it in. Davis, up the wall it goes now. Yes, it's kept in by Straker and Davis. Log jam up along the right side. Here's Straker. He'll move it for Davis. 2 minutes to go in the third. Bradley trying to get a 5-goal lead back. Here's the chance, they score! A shot from the left point is put home, and Bradley has their 9th goal of the night here, Joey. It's 9-4.
9-4, 1:55 to play in the game. Bradley hopes it stays 9-4, doesn't get to 9-5.
18, 15, 6.
So you hear that goal, Joey, and that's Wes Straker from Josh Crandall and Corey Kohut on the goal.
And Corey Kohut has scored twice, coming in with a couple of assists. He's had a phenomenal game. And Matt, I've got to like Bradley's chances against Indiana tomorrow. And on Saturday, you and Cameron have the game tomorrow. I believe it's you and Larry Larson on Saturday. Should be a lot of fun right here on the Bradley Hockey YouTube channel. The Bradley Hockey Network.
Bradley Hockey Network, that's right. We've upgraded our name, so to speak, a little bit.
Well, I made the logo. I should know.
Yes, you did. Great work by you, as always, on that.
But it should be a lot of fun watching tomorrow and Saturday. And this is the kind of win you need early. It's going to be Bradley's first win of the year as Cole Walter steps up, puts the pads down, makes a great save. I mean, the Braves, they did it all. Played from up, played from down. Brian Hamilton and the entire coaching staff, Sam Martino and company, they've got to be happy with what they've seen from their team tonight. In Normal against a rival. The Bradley faithful have traveled well. We look across the stands, the sea of blue seats, about 8,000 of them here in this arena, filled with Bradley fans clad in red, white, black. Probably 30 or 40 of them have made the trip.
Illinois State trying to get one last chance here. Shut down with 42 seconds to go in period 3. I'll tell you what, this is, I've seen a lot of these I-74 rivalry games between these two teams, but this might be the best of them all for Bradley. Here's a quick chance the other way. A shot there from Cooney and a great save by Meyer to shut him down in the slot. 26.1 seconds to go in the third. But just going back on the fact, Joey, that this is a rivalry game, and you come in here and you score 9 goals on the road. I mean, that is just impressive stuff from Bradley, especially after losing 2 games to Iowa. They come out and they respond. And this might be one of the best performances that I've seen from Bradley in a long time.
They put the 9 goals up after trailing 9, or not 9-1, but rather 3-1. I mean, they did it all. You don't want to sound like a broken record, but from what we've seen from the Braves tonight, second period and beyond specifically, truly an all-around performance. When we look back at this year, you hope the Braves run into a lot of success down the road, but this could be one of the games we look back at as one of the highlights of the year. 3 games in, you don't want to make any declarations, but What a performance from the Braves tonight.
What a performance indeed. The final whistle blows, and that will do it. Bradley wins it here 9-4 over their rival, the Illinois State Redbirds, on the road at Grossinger Motors Arena. An incredible performance, capped off by 7 unanswered goals for Bradley in the second and third periods, and 1 as well in the first. And just from start to finish, this game had it all, it seemed like, Joey.
It did. It was fast. It was physical. Both these teams wanted it. Bradley wanted it a little more by the looks of it, especially in the second and third periods. But it was fast. It proved Bradley can play with a fast-paced, up-tempo opponent in Illinois State. And it's a good Illinois State team that came in 2-0, now 2-1 on the season. They had scored a couple of goals in each of their first 2 wins. It's, again, too early in the season to call it necessarily a signature victory, but based on Illinois State's trajectory coming in, it's a win that can flip your season around from 0-2 now to 1-2, and Bradley could, if they play like they did tonight, steal 2 from Indiana this week. Then you're sitting at 3-2, and you really like the position you're at 5 games into the season. So a big win for Bradley. What more can you say? You hear across the way the Bradley fans that have traveled celebrating, holding up the signs, and that's a good sign for tomorrow. Typically Bradley's biggest home crowd of the year. When you can send 40 people back to Peoria, they tell their friends, come out, it's going to be fun. They played great tonight. It's only going to be better tomorrow. Really excited to tune in tomorrow because the Owens Center holds a lot less people than this place does, but it's going to be packed. Those bleachers are going to be filled. It's going to be a great time.
Should be a fun time indeed. Again, the final score, Bradley 9, Illinois State 4. And Joey, as we look ahead a little bit towards tomorrow's contest with Indiana, which we will be returning to our standard video format, by the way. Unfortunately, we're only able to have some audio tonight due to some regulations here at Grossinger Motors Arena. But when we look ahead to that game against Indiana, you have to think, does Bradley ride that high? Do they have a little bit less gas than normal against a well-rested Indiana team that has not played a game on the year? We'll have to see kind of how things shape out.
Well, I tell you, if Bradley can't ride this high, I've got to be concerned about the Braves because they played so well tonight in front of a lot of home fans that made the trip. They're going to have even more fans tomorrow. It's going to be packed. You got a great opponent in Indiana. When you think Indiana, you think, well, Cameron Irwin's a Purdue fan. He doesn't think very highly of Indiana. But typically when you think of the Hoosiers, you think, great athletic programs across the board, specifically men's basketball. But even at the club level, when you can play Indiana and beat Indiana, you've done some good. So they're going to have a big-time opponent in town, a loud crowd, a lot of cheering. It typically gets pretty rowdy over there. So if they can't ride the wave and play well tomorrow, as I said, I've got to be a little concerned.
Well, we will see if that happens or not, but we'll wrap things up here from Grossinger Motors Arena. Again, the final score, Bradley 9, in Illinois State 4, capped off by 7 unanswered goals by the Bradley Braves in periods 1, 2, and 3. So again, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. For our entire crew, our producer Cameron Irwin, and yourself, Joey Wright, I'm Matt Harrington saying so long from Bloomington, Illinois.